A quiet NBA star has found his perfect home at age 29, and he's pretty happy about it. Minutes after it was announced that Andre Iguodala agreed to a 4-year deal with the Warriors, Iggy tweeted his excitement to Golden State star point guard Stephen Curry. 4 exclamation points should tell you something. Iguodala spent last year with the Nuggets after 8 seasons with the 76ers. A young, up-and-coming team like the Warriors needed a veteran scorer who could keep up with their fast pace. To say Iguodala fits the bill is a drastic understatement. Of course, the Warriors are now out of the Dwight Howard race, but Iguodala is a much better fit than the big headache would have been. Now Mark Jackson has yet another player who fits his team's playing style and his own philosophy. Go hard or go home. And now that Iguodala is officially in Jackson's fold, my personal favorite quote of the colorful coach applies. Mama, there goes that man.
San Antonio, perfect at home, shooting for 22-0 at AT&T. Kawhi Leonard been great on both ends of the floor. He's nose-to-nose with Melo and the Knicks. And Steph Curry is going soccer on us. The MVP revealing he'll wear a soccer-style shin guard to protect his nagging contusion on that left shin. That area has been hit in 3 of 4 games. But you talk about the Spurs and Warriors. They're a combined 38-0 at home. And here on January 8th, that's pretty impressive. But you look at the best home starts in the West in the last 30 years, and only the Trailblazers now have been better, 77-78, than the San Antonio Spurs. Now, those two teams are going to meet at Oracle on January 25th, and that will say a lot about which team has the upper hand to this point. But as we sit here right now, Mike Fratello, and if I asked you, which is the better club? Is it the Warriors or the Spurs? Which is the better team in your eyes? Record aside.
Well, yeah, that's a problem when you want to say record aside. Okay? But I think right now, if these two teams played at home, both of them would win the game against the other one at home in their building. They're that close. There's only a couple wins and losses. Both of them at home have taken care of all their business. San Antonio with a few more games at home than Golden State has had. But this is a tough pick right now. I would have to I would take San Antonio right now.
Grant.
Wow, this is a tough question here. I mean, I think you think back to last year, San Antonio and 2 of their matchups blew out the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, this is a different Golden State Warrior team, but this Spurs team, most efficient defense since the 2003-2004 Pistons and Spurs from that year. So playing at an elite level, obviously scoring, got all the pieces. Do I have to pick one?
Yeah, I mean, just as we sit here right now tonight, because they're both playing, and
I want to respect what Golden State has done, but I think this team in San Antonio is kind of built to beat these Warriors, and so I have to go with the Spurs as well.
Vince, let me throw this out at you. Ironically, right now, I looked up plus 500 teams, below 500 teams for both of them. They are both 18-1 against the below 500 team. So basically, if you're not a good team, they beat you. You're getting beat by those two guys. They're not like messing around with anybody. 18-1, both teams against below 500 teams.
But Mike, what a luxury for Greg Popovich to be able to rest as he has done over the past several seasons. And if you look at their game the other night against Utah, they get 70 points from the bench. Okay, they sit LaMarcus Aldridge, sit Tony Parker, and they get other guys stepping up. And why is it that the Spurs are so capable of doing that, having people that they can plug in to roles and efficiently run what they're trying to do?
Because they understand the system. They know when they are plugged in and it's their turn, the call comes, they know what's expected of them. You've got a couple guys on that second unit that could be starting and have actually been starting, okay, even for San Antonio in the past. So moving back to the bench or coming off the bench, the key with Popovich is he knows when to sit those guys. Sure, he's got a minutes thing and he looks at back-to-back games, that type of thing. But he selectively, I think, chooses very smartly. This night, I think maybe we have a chance without Tim, without Tony, whatever it is, and the other guys kind of step it up.
No, they're just so impressive. And when you look at what Kawhi Leonard is doing, as they have done as a team, Grant, they've been very, very successful. But as I mentioned, Greg Popovich has given him so much credit in the season that he is putting together. Has he now taken the reins of this team? Has he officially done that, or I should say unofficially?
Yeah, no, I think he has. You can recall back 3-4 years ago where Popovich said he was the future. He's the next great player for this franchise. And you kind of scratched your head. You didn't quite see it then. 2 years ago in the finals, he had an amazing series against the Heat, and then had some injuries last year and just kind of didn't really get his rhythm. But this year is playing as well as anybody. So much confidence. You have to be impressed with how he's shooting the ball, still defends, plays both ends of the court, and has really kind of become at times their go-to guy, a guy who can get them baskets in the mid-post, three-point line, getting to the basket, getting to the free throw line. The way he scores offensively in a multiple fashion is very impressive. And you throw in that guy LaMarcus Aldridge and Parker and Ginobili and the regular cast of characters. This is as deep and as talented as a team that we've seen in a long, long time.
Mike, I want you to get your point. And as we do that, excuse me, let's show the next 8 games for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, sir, if you would.
Now it's my time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, they have a couple big matchups coming up here, obviously. Okay, Thursday night, they catch the Cavaliers coming on that road trip. That will be game number 5 for Cleveland going into San Antonio. And then when you look down, obviously, the Warriors down the road there, but so many winnable games in this next stretch coming up for them. And they're talking about making hay when you get the opportunity. This stretch of 8 games, pretty good for San Antonio.
No question about it.